I read this quote from Dara K, the CEO of Uber, and it goes, I'm going to paraphrase here. If AI is cannibalistic, we're going to charge a lot of money. And that one sentence, that explains everything. Hi, my name is Levi Spires, and this is the Tip You in the App Daily Drive. In this episode, I'll address what I think is Uber's biggest challenge, their biggest problem, and what I would do to solve it. Then I'm going to talk about a ride that was really fun and inspiring, and then I'll answer your questions and respond to comments. About 3 months ago, Dara was on a podcast, Decoder. It's from The Verge, and the interviewer asked a question about AI agents basically being the middleman between passengers and potentially drivers using the Uber interface.
Maybe 60% of the interviews I've done in Decoder this year are people telling me they're going to build AI agents. Right? You're just going to talk to the computer and the Toyota Camry is going to show up.
Yeah, that's a cool thing, yeah.
Everyone is telling me this is going to happen in ways big and small. Whether we're building model context protocol applications at the bleeding edge of tech standards, or whether we're just going to click around on your website using a testing tool, which is a real product that exists in this world. And Uber has been clicked around on by these products.
Of course.
Those all disintermediate your platform, right? You have to do the hard work of creating liquidity of supply and making sure the Toyota Camry appears, and they own the customer relationship. Why would you ever participate in this?
Let's try it out. Is it going to be a good experience or not? Is your scheduling actually going to work, or is it going to be off and the driver has to wait for 10 minutes, which is terrible? Let's just figure it out, okay? Then, once you optimize the experience, we can measure are you an incremental consumer for Uber, or are you totally cannibalistic? If it's cannibalistic, then I'm going to charge a lot of money. I'm going to say, you can't have any money, right? Because basically, you're getting the benefit, you're getting my content, you're not bringing me any business at all. If it is incremental, then I would pay some take rate. Is it a 5% take rate, 10% take rate, 20% take rate? Depends on the incrementality.
Now it's a podcast, and I'm not going to be able to listen and watch the whole thing. In fact, it's a great podcast. It's about an hour long. And if you're a passenger, an investor in Uber, or even a driver, I really recommend you listen to it. There's a lot of really good stuff, and I give Dara a lot of credit. He's really good at explaining things and kind of the future of what Uber is and how he's operating. So I think if I were to summarize everything right now, I would say that Uber is an amazing marketplace for transportation today. Like they said in the podcast, it's pretty amazing that you can open up the Uber app, hit a button, and within a few minutes, I think the podcaster is like a Toyota Camry or a Toyota Highlander will just show up. Maybe a Tesla, like I'm driving will show up. And it works really, really well. And kudos to everybody at Uber, from the executive team in Dara to every worker, for making it happen. And quite frankly, kudos to all of us fellow Uber drivers. So Uber today, they own the app, they own the marketplace, but what they don't have are cars. They don't have drivers. They outsource all of that, which I think isn't a problem today, but it could be, and it probably will be, a problem tomorrow. So the question is, how does Uber make money today? Uber makes money through arbitrage. They have created a great marketplace where passengers, when they need a car, the first instinct is to go into the Uber app. In fact, Uber competes against buses and trains, a lot of times flights in short cities and stuff like that. Uber is an amazing marketplace, but they arbitrage the passenger needing a ride fairly instantaneously for the most part, and drivers sitting out there waiting for that next ride. And there's a level of ignorance. It's asymmetric information. Uber has all of the data, both on the passenger and the driver, and they leverage that. Let me give you an example of what I consider games, but the app acting in a way to trick me or trick drivers into taking rides. Now you'll see this ride is going to pay me $14.88. I accepted it. It had a surge. Everything was lined up for this trip to go well. But the passenger was in a hurry because you can see they paid for a priority pickup. And it was a lot of money. Sometimes priority pickups are like $1. This one was like $2. Not sure how Uber priced it, but they priced it and it was a good ride for me. I accepted it. But I was on another ride when I accepted it, which means I had to drop that passenger off, then go get that person and then take them to that destination. What's interesting about it is as soon as I accepted it, a couple of seconds later, the passenger canceled the ride. Like I wasn't coming fast enough. That's the signal it sent me. Then what happened next was really interesting. Uber sent me the ride again. $14.88. It's really good. But here's the catch. Look at the differences between these two. They're both going to pay $14.88. They're both the same time. They're both the same distance, same priority pickup. The one thing changed was the surge amount. Uber changed the surge from like $3 to $5. Uber wasn't going to pay me anymore. They just used a pricing gimmick to make me think this ride will pay me more. It just so happened they sent it to me again. And that's kind of rare. It normally doesn't work out that way, but I was definitely the closest Uber. So that lady could have been canceling the ride over and over and over again. It still would be me. But that's what I mean by what Uber is doing. Uber isn't a transportation company. They want to be the everything app. They basically want to be the app that you open when you want to go somewhere, when you want to order food, when you need something immediate, maybe not shopping wise, but Uber Eats, transportation of some kind. I'm sure they're going to get into other things. Who knows what it might be. They just want to be that app, an app. That's the problem. So imagine they make money, not off of doing the thing, but arbitraging a marketplace that they've created, which is really good. And the level of ignorance on both sides, but they're an app. They don't do it. They don't cook the food. They don't drive cars. They don't do it. And that's the big problem. The question is, why does this work now? Why, if Uber's charging more money than they've ever charged before to passengers, they're paying drivers less, especially if you consider inflation. There's more drivers on the road struggling. It's a really hard business. Why do we all tolerate this? It's because they're kind of like a monopoly. They're not. I know there's Lyft. I know there's buses. I know I can order a private car or go to a taxi. But Uber's so good. The app works so well. It's like they're a monopoly. So why is it a problem? If you're an investor or a passenger or a driver, why is this a problem? Well, if you're a driver or passenger, you feel manipulated. That's the way that $14.88 that trip feels to me, is I feel manipulated. The trip is going to pay me $14. It's a good trip, but why are you messing with the pricing mechanisms? That's like you're trying to trick me. And I think they do the same thing to passengers. So that's frustrating. But if you're an investor, if you're somebody who thinks, hey, is Uber worth it 10 years from now? If I gave them $100 or whatever, I'm not an investor so I'm not a stock advisor. I'm just thinking like long term. You have to think about the future. And if Uber's not doing the thing, they're only in the marketplace, I think they're at risk of AI agents. And that's what Dara's quote's all about. Basically cutting out their advantage. Okay. Me as a consumer, as a human, I'm flawed. I have failures. And Uber knows my failures. They know that a bigger surge, i.e. the surge going from $3 to $5, makes me feel like I better take that trip. That trip looks more enticing. But an AI agent won't be tricked the way a consumer is. An AI agent will just basically look at the ride based upon the data itself and make a decision. And here's the way it's going to work in the future. If you're a passenger, you're going to open your phone. You may not even open your phone. You may just say, order me a ride. Your AI agent may say something like, Levi, it looks like your meeting is going to start in an hour. I'm going to go ahead and get you a car. And that's a key distinction there. The AI agent is going to say, Levi, you're going to order, I'm going to get you a car. Not an Uber, not a taxi, not a bus. I'm going to get you a car. And that AI agent interfacing with the Uber app or the Robotaxi app or the Waymo app or the Zoox app or calling local taxi companies, it's going to go out and shop all available options instantaneously, knowing my preference for ride quality, the urgency in which I need to get the ride, my budget. It's going to figure all of that out, and it's going to solve all of that for me. And so when Dara says these AI agents, if they're cannibalistic, i.e. they're going to go and steal Uber's customers, well, they're just going to charge more. And I think that's the big problem. Dara's looking at it, maybe foolishly, or probably foolishly, like he's always going to own the marketplace. Like people will always go, my first stop will be Uber. I need to get somewhere, let me go into Uber app. And today it works extremely well. Kudos to what they're doing. But tomorrow, nobody's going to care. Elon Musk even talks about a future where your phone is appless. Like the interface is just a blank screen, and then an AI agent's going to pop up, and you're going to be like, I want to play a game. I want to watch a movie. I want to get somewhere. You can ask for generic things, and the agents will go out and find the specific thing and deliver that back to you. So you're not going to go for an Uber. You're going to go for a car. And so what Dara's, the way he's making it sound is if like he's always going to have the marketplace. And I just don't think that's the way it's going to be. It can't be. Soon, maybe this year, maybe next, maybe 5 years from now, we will be using agents, AI agents, to do that work for us. Not robots, but technology that already exists. We're going to be using it more often. And so that's the problem with Uber. I think they see it as infinite. I'm always going to have the marketplace. I'm always going to be the app of first resort. As if, because that's what's happening today, but that's not what's going to happen tomorrow. And so Uber will be a commodity. Uber drivers and cars, whether they have their own autonomous cars, it doesn't even matter. They will be a commodity competing with everybody else based upon the criteria that the passenger, the AI agent operating on behalf of the passenger wants. I want a Toyota Camry. I want it to have leather seats. I want it to be here in 10 minutes. I'm willing to pay $30. The agent's going to know enough about you. It's going to be locally on your phone, and it's going to go do that work for you. It can even call like a taxi. That's the crazy thing, right? The AI agent may say something like, Levi, you know what? Normally you get an Uber and then an autonomous whatever car shows up, but you know what? The bus route, it works really well for you in this case. Let me just make sure that here's the bus stop that you need to go to. And I'm going to have a car ready on backup just in case the bus doesn't work. That's the problem. Okay, so what's the solution? If I was in Dara's shoes, what would I do? First, I'll readily admit, whatever he's doing right now seems to be working. There's no doubt about it. And so this is not a critique of currently the way the business is operating. I'm only guessing. Okay, I have no idea what's going on in the back rooms, what Uber should be doing in the future. I would lean into the drivers. Now, I know you're like, Levi, you're a driver, so that's of course what you would say. But that's Uber's advantage to some extent. The drivers. Uber knows everything about their passengers and their drivers, the apps, right? The algorithms. They could lean into it. So instead of me saying I want to order an Uber Black as a passenger, I might say something like, hey, I want to order a car with the driver that's from the local area that's been here 10 years. I'm new, I'm a tourist, I want to get some information. I'm willing to pay a premium for that. Uber might have that information about me. They might say, I want a driver that's extremely safe. I want a car that's new. I want a car with black leather seats or whatever. And I know you can order Uber Black and that's a premium, but you can democratize all of these different criteria that a passenger may want. See, Uber's advantage is actually, instead of having a fleet of consistent Tesla Model Ys or Lucid, whatever they're going to have, of consistent, like Waymo's like the exact same car over and over again. Zook's the exact same car over and over again. What Uber has is drivers and humans with a wide variety of cars and experiences. And Uber could lean into that. So imagine going into your Uber app and saying, here's my preferences. Can you record these all down and lock them in for me? I want a driver that smells nice or has a clean car, that doesn't talk too much, that is a 97% safety rating. Whatever. You can go through all of these different criteria and have Uber as their AI agent and document all this. And when you go to order a car, Uber would be like, hey, we found a 97% match or 95% match for $14. And it's going to feel like it's more of a custom service for you based upon your criteria. Hey, we found a driver that doesn't talk too much, that has a 97% rating, but you wanted a Camry that with black leather. This person actually has a Honda Accord with tan leather. Or is that good for you? It's like personalization. And I know in the long run, there'll be autonomous cars, but if Uber wants to be the marketplace, they can demonstrate that they are the marketplace with not necessarily a consistent similar ride every single time. They could say, we are the custom solution. We're going to give you the exact car and the driver and everything, the price that meets your needs based upon your sense of urgency. And Dara alludes to that. He didn't allude to it. He specifically addresses it throughout this podcast. And I think that's the opportunity. So today there's drivers, all unique humans with unique experiences and levels of skill or whatever. And people don't have to necessarily just order an Uber Black. They can just say, here's my criteria. Can you find it for me? And Uber's just going to offer it. And you could say, I'm willing to pay more for better or whatever. They can imagine them delivering you 3 options. Instead of Uber X, Uber Comfort, Uber Black, or whatever, they could say, ride 1, ride 2, ride 3, 97% match, 98% match, 94% match with a pricing next to it with what doesn't match to your criteria. And then you just pick it. So you're pricing against yourself instead of like, because it's so disappointing to order an Uber Black and have a bad experience. You're paying for a lot to get a bad experience, but now you're controlling the experience more, not just the car type. So that's what I would do. I don't know. What would you do? If you're in Uber's shoes, number one, do you even believe the AI agents are going to be a problem? I think that's some of the challenges of what I've been seeing on X when I've been debating other people, or I've been trying to debate. I've been responding to people like Bill Ackman who are not paying any attention to me. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Uber's success today doesn't guarantee success tomorrow. And they're going to have to make some changes because I think it's foolish to think that they're always going to be the marketplace, that AI agents won't cannibalize them. And if they think they're going to close out AI agents, I would rather just let my AI agent, I don't care what comes to get me, an Uber or not. I don't care about Uber. I care about the car and the driver. That's it. Let me tell you about my ride. My ride, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It was just a great story. Good person. I'm not going to go into the details about his life, but inspired me by his ability to recover from, I think, drugs, avoiding prison by dealing with that. Lost almost everything the way he made it sound, but he had a great spirit. And we talked a little bit about just playing video games. And we're both older, so to be older and still play video games is kind of cool. And his passion for recovery, helping other people, avoiding the pitfalls and the problems of that. And I find that people that have had really difficult things, whether they're self-inflicted or not, it's not relevant, that have gone through that, dealt with it, or dealing with it, and still keep a positive mindset, a good spirit about them. That's energy for me. I think about my Tesla as I drive as an Uber driver. My Tesla battery drains. I burn through electricity. But the passengers, these experiences fill my battery. They give me energy. And that's what this guy did. Yeah, if you can survive and then get through that, on the other side of that survival, there's an opportunity to thrive. And I think that's what he was doing. Okay, your comments. Jesser, one of the Thrive members to this channel. Again, join Thrive. It's $3 a month to be a Thrive member here at this YouTube channel. And I sincerely appreciate it. Jesser says, I've been Uber driving for a bit over a year now and saved up to $30,000, which is crazy good. Crazy good. That's what I love to see. Somebody who's out there driving for a year. So imagine he's been doing it. He's saving like $800 plus a week. That means he's probably got another job or some sort of way to live, because to make and save $800 a week, give or take, you have to have some sort of money. So that was pretty good. I've come to the realization that it is not a sustainable long term. Because of this, I've committed to going back to college full time this spring to finish my bachelor's degree in business. And man, Jesser, I'm cheering for you. I really am. I'm first of all, I'm really super, I don't know, can I say the word proud, but it's just like, I'm happy that you were able to save $30,000. Having that type of money in your account to readily use for whatever need you need is great. And then to have a plan. That's what that whole video was about, is like, you have to be able to get out, because I agree that Uber is not sustainable long-term for drivers, not the way it's currently operating. And it'll just wear you down or wear your car down, and you're getting paid just a little bit better than minimum wage after expenses. And it's just not sustainable. Jesser, I'm cheering for you, man. Keep up the good work. I wrote a story about how a drunk passenger, I helped her up a snowy, slippery, icy slope. And I wrote that story, and I said, a Waymo would have left her to die. And Steve, another public subscriber to the channel, said, I've been amazed at the number of opportunities to help otherwise abandoned people home while driving Uber for the past 10 years. And that's a great point. I think an autonomous car is going to be really, really great for 95% of all transportation. It's going to be amazing. But that 5%, you're going to want a human to help you. I think about, that lady that I helped get up that icy slope. A Waymo, as soon as she shuts the door, it just drove off, and she'd have froze to death sitting there on her icy driveway. She couldn't have gotten up. She was so drunk, and she would have froze to death. So I helped her. And I think about like helping people with luggage or bags of groceries and stuff like that. The elderly, people with wheelchairs, that I help them with that. And so I guess there'll be specialty cars for that. I think of like how like Waymos went to dangerous spots. See, imagine you order a Waymo or some sort of autonomous car, and you pull up, and outside of the car, there are people waiting to beat you up. The Waymo's going to be like, time to get out, Johnny Cab, time to get out. And you're like, oh no, keep driving, keep driving. But the autonomous car is not going to sense the danger that you sense as a human. They're not going to have that perspective, at least not right now. So yeah, I agree. There's a real advantage to having a human, whether we're driving the car physically or we're even just attending inside of the vehicle. We're just riding along with the passenger. We can help. And I love that. Okay. I made a video about $47 Uber and $23 went to insurance, and I only got $9. So passenger paid $47. And it says, Angel Holland, I guess, says, how on earth do you see how much the passenger is paying? It's really simple. I'll show it over here on the screen. Just go into maybe I'll show it over here somewhere. You just go into the app, and then you click on this little button there where it says like, you get access to the website. When you go to the website, you can navigate to how much the passenger is paying. That's really it. If you just go to the website and go to the drivers.uber, log into your account, you'll see the activity. That's how you see how much the driver's paying. I can just do it from my phone. You can do it from a web browser on your computer, but you have to use a web browser and get it that way. You can't do it through the Uber app. That's basically the simple answer. Wow. I am excited to announce that we have a new partner. We're closing out all the deals, and I'm excited to bring them on. We'll be doing some more content around this, but Gigu is a new partner to the program. I'm excited to start testing out the apps. I have to get a new phone because it doesn't work with the iPhone yet. So, but shout out to the team at Gigu. We've been talking for many weeks and through the holidays. And I think things are going to get formal and launch pretty soon. I'm really excited about that. Red Tiger. Boy, I had a great meeting with the team yesterday. They asked me questions about the cameras. That's a team that's dedicated to making cameras that work for you as an Uber driver. And I gave them my advice, and hopefully they start making some cameras based upon that. That'd be cool, like the Levi Edition Red Tiger. I also recommended some ways for them to work with some other content creators. So hopefully you see them across some other content creators. Driver Eddie was the one that brought me to them. And so shout out Eddie, I appreciate it. And then, my Lace Fit floor mats. Oh my gosh. We've had 83 inches of snow here in Syracuse. So shout out to Lace Fit. Those floor mats have kept my car clean, and I really sincerely appreciate it. Drivers, for 2026, my goal is to make Uber driving fun again. It's been a grind the last few years, and I want to bring back that thing where I talk about that energy that I get from being a driver. And I hope that we can do some more games and some more fun things and share more stories. That's what I want this channel to be about. Of course, I want you to make as much money as possible too. My name is Levi Spires. This is the Tipping in the App Daily Drive podcast. I want you to know that I am cheering for you. Be safe, be well. Bye.